Hey everybody, going to take a look at some of these figures that I'm going to paint. These are the muscle figures from the 80s. Now, these are about probably like the Warhammer kind of figure size. So they're probably about 2 inches tall, one something whatever. And these are, if you guys like to paint those figures and you realize that you can't pay, $5, $7 for a figure, then these are a great alternative. The plastic isn't, they're made out of kind of like almost a soft plastic, so that'll give you a little bit of trouble, but use a good primer and you can get around that. And I got, for my friend, I got about 80 of these things, and you can buy them pretty easily online. There's a lot of other companies that make, I forget, there's kind of like a sewer kind of series or something. So they still make these kind of figures, and I think they've re-released these back in the 90s. So just keep that in mind, so you don't pay too much for them. And if you see one where they're proclaiming how amazing they are and whatnot, then I would just stay away from that auction, and you can find them real cheap. So here's 4. I started with these guys I was going to paint, and they're all different. Kind of, I guess they're wrestlers. And yeah, there's a little before to show you what they looked like. And there's a close up of this guy here. He looks pretty cool. Another shot here. He's kind of like a robot. It's pretty cool. And then this guy's like a Frankenstein Hope kind of person. Kind of like a knight with fancy clothes on. They all have names and different stories and backgrounds, and I'll put some links below to the articles I did. Here's a good tip: is to when you guys are painting, if you live in like apartment or a place that I don't know. Anyways, you get a box and paint in the box. It's not the best angle, obviously, but it collects all the overspray, as you can see. And then you can also close the box. If you paint on there, then you can make a little stand too, and then you close the box, and you can take the box outside, or just close the box. And I just got this free post office box. I put a piece of paper on there so it wouldn't go through the bottom there. Another tip I realized after doing this is that when you guys are painting your figures, most people paint against like a table or something. The table's usually white or whatever, but I find something that like contrasts the figure a lot. I use like these purple sheets now, purple blue sheets. They work really good, help you see the light a lot better. And also kind of interesting tidbit here is that the post office is like obsessed with their little priority boxes, and if you take a box that has a priority mail on it to them, they'll only let you send it their priority mail rate, or the flat rate, for example. And so I wanted to send a package in the same size box, right? But I didn't want to pay the extra cost because it wasn't going to be that heavy. So I covered up all the coverings on the box that said, U.S. Post Office, because that's what they told me to do, or that's what I've heard. And then they said that wouldn't work because they could still tell it was, because it still said like the little red, white, and blue and stuff. So I went back home and I spray painted the whole box like white with my primer, and I took the box back, and they wouldn't let me send it. And she's like, "This is a priority mail box," and I'm like, "No, it's not. It's covered. You can't." I'm like, oh. Like, they wouldn't let me send it. It had no markings whatsoever. It's a completely white box. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, here's some primer. The primer doesn't stick too well to these guys. I washed them off a lot, but it still kind of remained a little sticky. So either my primer is bad or the plastic's a little weird. So I might want to get some stuff that meant to be on on plastic, but there's a little better view, a little contrasted against the background there. These are some other ones that I think I don't. Let me see. Let me go back here. I guess I did paint some of those. And this is the first guy I painted. He's this wrestler guy. I forgot the name, but I did an article about it. And a big difference. Just putting a little base coat on it makes him look a lot better. I like the little smirk on his face there. And here's the knight. I just started painting his helmet there and make it stand out a little bit. Here's kind of the Hulk guy I was inspired to make. Kind of a barbarian there. Kind of trying to make it a little darker probably. And here's this guy. He's really cool. My blue paint was a little messed up there, but kind of cool. And the robot guy there. And pretty cool. I started trying to make it a little different. Trying to make them red, but different shades and stuff. So kind of working on that one. And here's a little table, all the ones I was doing. So I haven't worked on these in a while. This is the one I got farthest through. This is a basic wrestler. That's kind of why I picked him to start with. Be easy. And one thing when you paint a bunch of figures at one time, you kind of lose your creativity because you're trying to get them all done. And yeah, here's this guy with the little metal helmet. I wasn't really happy with the colors I picked out for that one. And this guy here, I don't know what. There's some crazy painting you could do with these. So yeah, they're a quick look at the little muscle figures there. A fun thing to paint. So if you guys see them around, fun thing to collect too. They're not that big and stand up pretty well. On the back they have a big little watermark on it or whatever, but trademark thing. So, but thanks for watching.